Good afternoon. This is Cheryl at Sea Spirit Tarot. I know I just want to shake her. I can't. I see two lines coming down here. That's what I see. I'm here to do my daily thought reading. This is just addicting. I need to do something different with them, but they are. If you want for a spiritual journey, for a spiritual path that connects with the variety of all the other teachings, to me, this is the deck of cards. I am just loving them. So yesterday we had lots of fire energy. We had the devil and the Queen of Cups to kind of temper that. Not that the devil's bad in thought. The devil is to be grateful for everything that you are and realize those aspects of yourself, to be released, not to be shamed, guilted, shunned, as our society has done to most of its population. So we all pack around all these baggages of grief, and we all think we're the only one, so we don't tell anyone. But if anyone tells anyone, well then, who wants to hear all of that? So I think the title of today's read, though, is going to be On the Right Track. So the first card I drew was a star legacy. I have come here to birth a planet into light. I am all about frequency, electromagnetics, keeping it high, moving it forward in this age of Aquarius. Well, yeah. The first card we got here, and my notes have gotten, you would not believe how small my notes have gotten. I'm starting to shoot from the hip here. The Six of the Disc, which is an absolutely wonderful card to have. Of complete balance, solid structure. It's the moon, 10 to 20 degrees in Taurus. Now, Taurus is ruled by Venus, and Venus loves beauty, and Venus loves caring, and Venus loves manners. So you put the luminosity of the moon into that, and it's very solid, because Taurus is very, very solid, bullheaded earth. So, got some feeling there. Midas touch to any other cards that it's around. Lord of material success. A hexagram of magic. And I will say that in this reading, there is no fire. Versus yesterday, there was lots of fire. There was trumps. There's trumps here too, but there was real different feeling here. That queen, the reflection of the Queen of Cups, who actually has returned, that finished off that reading, began here with a very balanced balance. Lovely, lovely. The second card we got is the Chariot. Chariot is a child of the powers of the waters. You see the crab on his head? Knows the secrets from down, ancestral deep. Because unlike that moon card, isn't that crab trying to crawl out? Except it's not a crab. This is actually a crab. And other things like some kind of crustacean lobster or something. Luna ruled, Jupiter exalted. So the moon rules Cancer, and this is considered a Cancer card. It would be a water card. And Jupiter as expansion and benevolence and love. I want to say Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. You notice he is in control, and he holds within him the grail, of which the last blood of Christ was drank. Are you here to offer a grail? Is what's in the grail, what's in the blood, what's in the water. The water is the blood. The DNA, the cells, our bodies, all of that, what makes us who we are, is in the blood, in the grail. Female receptacle in the Crowley deck, Thoth. The grail throughout the pairs. This card can indicate movement, but I'm going to indicate great stability with this card. This is actually, that's the thing, sexual alchemy. This is like a tantric yoga of balance card. Something else they tried to make dirty for everybody. Let me see, I can't read my notes. Sexual alchemy, tantric, Eucharist, elixir of a static state of no separation. Eucharist elixir to the ecstatic state of no separation. And for some reason I'm drawn to this blood of the Last Supper in here today. It will just look as a disc or a shield, but it's actually a chalice. See? You don't have enough vision to see it all, do you? So here we are. We've got the stable structure, and to me we have a balance, and a balance of love, of from the moon, luminous, female, caring. The next card, one of my very favorites, Queen of Swords. So she's 20 degrees Virgo. I have a hard time saying Virgo sometimes. Virgo, I'm a messy Pisces, and Virgos are always trying to move my water glass and make sure my necklace is, I mean, they're just like, so that's a personal baggage issue. So here we go. Virgo, work hard, ethic, keep it clean, very structured. Into Libra, who is cardinal sign to me, is the same way. But she has the sword. I think the sword is over here. And here's taken off the mask. The soul of our intellect, the Roach. I was saying roach before, but I think it's Roach, intellect of the soul, doesn't want to give up. The mind does not want to give up control to the feelings. It wants to keep control. This is water of air, Queen of Thrones of air. But by taking off, I'm lost. Where's the head? There. Taking off the mask of who you purport to be. That almost looks like another woman lying there on her side, doesn't it? With the sword, using the sword to cut away that part of intellect that's trying to control you. I always like to, I've heard it's called the hermit, heard it called the hierophant, but it could just be your own ego. Taking off the ego to step forward into this world. And taking it off in a balanced state, in a queenly way, because she's still a queen, and queens keep things going, and queens are the nurturers. Queens run the kingdom, while the king's out doing his stuff, whatever it is they do. Somehow got these out of order. The next card to appear after that is again the Queen of Water, Cups. I just got really lost there with that Queen of Swords. That Queen of Swords must have gone right into my roaring intellect, huh? 20 degrees Gemini to 20 degrees Cancer. So there we're back into the moon again. Movement, feeling of Gemini. You know, there was the sun, there was the moon. Reflected the sun, right? And then Gemini of the mind to interpret that. Is that how that goes? I believe it is. Queen of the Thrones of Air. Water of air. That's because queens, their nurturing is their water. And I'm talking about, yeah, extreme. No, I didn't. I was talking about the Queen of Swords. I have so few notes now, I can't even keep them straight. Queen of Thrones of Water, extreme purity and beauty. To see the truth of her is hardly possible because she reflects the nature of the observer in great perfection. So here we were talking again about how this card is a reflection of the Grail the High Priestess holds. So they're both water, well, moon, water. The water rules the moon. That's another thing. With Cancer ruled by the moon, who rules the blood? Who rules the water? I'm not sure how that all fits in, but it came into my thoughts earlier. So we have two queens here. We have the Queen of Swords, of the intellect, balanced intellect and emotion, to take away our false ego and see who we are. Thus leading us to the Hierophant. And what do I have written about him? Magus of eternal. But here's what I like about this Hierophant. Okay, this is Venus ruled, lunar exalted, because this too is a Taurus card. And another Earth card. Lots of Earth in this reading. Earth. Okay, I'm looking around, like I'm going to see something here in the Luna exalted or something. Babylonian priest, king. An initiate is supported by his scarlet woman, who is Venus with her sword. Do you see her? In the new Eon. Venus. Yes. See what Cancer Venus. So this is a Venus card. The fairiness will come in. It will not be the man bestowing down blessings. It will be both parts of the being. And teaching. And a new society. And a new, I don't want to say new world order, because I don't mean that at all. That is where our issue is. I mean a new species of human being that will, in frequency, evolve above that to the Christ consciousness. And we won't even be aware of what these people on the old earth are doing, because they're choosing to stay here. But we are choosing to move ahead, to use our magic and our chariot and the discipline of the chariot and the blood that flows through our veins, both red and blue. See something more every time I look. The Queen of Swords to control our ego, and the Queen of Cups to reflect us truthfully who we are, so we can go deep inside to see who we are as we return to the abyss, to nothingness, which is from which all things are created. And we will do this in a solid way, balanced and equal with the love of Venus. This would be, I don't know, this Hierophant just doesn't bother me at all. The other one makes me about ill. And we will do this using our tools, which will be the Ace of Swords, made of steel and copper, the phallic, the womb, the 22 rays or something, steel and copper, we're the power of air. Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. We're in the age of Aquarius. Capricorn's where our heavy lessons are right now, and Pisces is where our dissolving, who we think we are, what things are, in the deep, getting in there with that crab to see the truth of the mystic. And we'll do this through teaching, and we'll do this through expanding a new society. This too represents, this is so cute. I love the way Crowley says this, and I don't have it memorized, so I gotta read it. Represents the rock, intellect of the soul. The mind gets frustrated because it wants ownership. It's the sword of the Magus. This is the sword of truth of creation. Love is the motive of this ruthless analysis. So what he's saying, if you can, your ruthless analysis of taking away, knowing who you are, reflecting on who you are, cutting away that false ego and using it in your holy Venus way to teach and show and physically change and love in the heart. And the whole time you will hold a steady vibration as it continues to rise. I'm going to call this reading We're on the Right Track. We started with interplanetary. What did we start with? We started with, we have come here to birth a planet into light. And I think that my opinion, to keep your vibrations high, is everything should be sacred. Everything in your life should be sacred. Your home should be sacred. The energy should flow in your home. And because I just adore Ganesha, it was interesting because I was already thinking that when spiritual practice came in. So right now is a time, I know they're pushing everything. You know, they're pushing, you should meditate. You should have your house spiritual. You should be a vegan. But really and truly, if it is in your blueprint to change, to grow, I'm not looking for the light. I feel like I'm in the beam. It's going to happen anyway. Spiritual practice. Your life will become one, whether you choose it or not. Or you might not even know it is. It's a pretty card anyway. I'm not sure quite what to do with it, but I'm going to use these cards. With our final card being interplanetary consciousness, connection with the cosmos. I connect with my brothers throughout the cosmos. And I take this I connect with the ETs, but listen to the music of the spirits. The archetypes of the planets sing. Those planets make a vibratory noise, and they are what lead us to higher consciousness. They are what lead us to that point behind God. I am God also. I am here to midwife the new energy. I am a Merlin. And I still want to get behind God and see what Metatron and them are doing. That's my real deal. Thank you. This is my Thoth lesson. I'm teaching Thoth because I don't know it. So I try to learn a few things each day. I'm out of words. See, I had everything to say. I'm out of words. That's what it will do to you. May the God and Goddess bless. Have a beautiful day. I just don't know what to say. I think it is a full moon. A time of releasing. Good afternoon. I love you. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.